Good dog, good dog.
I'm only about an hour into Far Cry 6 when I'm given what feels like a cheat code. It's called the Supremo, a rocket-launching backpack, and for someone who usually prefers a stealthy approach in Far Cry games, it's really changing my playstyle. For example, I'm on this mission where I need to sneak up to an enemy base and locate my target, a powerful commander named Rosario. Normally, I'd creep around disabling alarms and taking out goons one by one before killing my target, but that's all sort of moot with the Supremo.
That takes care of Rosario. Adios, asshole.
The setup of Far Cry 6 is what we've come to expect from the series. There's a nation oppressed by a madman with thousands of soldiers and a handful of underbosses. There's a big open world to take back, one checkpoint and stronghold at a time. And there's a bunch of wacky weapons like the Supremo. After playing a few hours, Far Cry 6 doesn't feel like it's a reinvention of that formula, though there are some new tweaks and changes. Getting around the island of Yara, for example, it's mostly familiar. During my session, I drove cars, climbed cliffs with a grappling hook, parachuted back down from them, glided through valleys and into valley walls with a wingsuit, and there are lots of small planes and helicopters to be commandeered. But there is one new travel twist: you can ride horses this time, a feature somehow missing from the Montana of Far Cry 5. And horse riding is honestly a great way to get around, whether you're thundering down a paved road or winding your way up and down forgotten guerrilla paths in the jungle. I never thought I'd be happier to ride a horse than fly a chopper, but I am. Another change: all of Far Cry 6's perks are now exclusively tied to your gear. Rather than unlocking skills from a tree and applying them to your character, you now gather items like body armor, boots, gloves, and headwear that provide bonuses. If you want to move stealthily, take less explosive damage, increase your stamina recovery, or gain other buffs and boosts, you do it through the gear you're wearing rather than your character. And I think this is a first. You can check out your character in third-person perspective while you're at your camp. Speaking of gear, the rocket launcher isn't the only version of the Supremo, by the way. Another I tried acts as a mobile hospital, so instead of launching rockets, it spews a cloud of healing vapor, useful in Far Cry 6's two-player co-op mode, which is available for the entire campaign. And if you don't play co-op, you can still have a buddy with you, like Guapo, the killer croc, who you can send to attack and chow down on your enemies. There's also a giant violent rooster companion I unfortunately didn't get a chance to meet. And if you like animals, there are plenty of deadly ones in the world as usual, but also friendly ones you can feed, like pelicans and whatever this cute little guy is. If there's one thing that sets Far Cry 6 apart from the earlier games in the series, it might be size. The full map looks really, really big. The island you start the game on already felt pretty expansive, and it's utterly dwarfed by the full map. There's a lot that feels familiar in Far Cry 6, but I'm hoping a map that big is hiding some equally big surprises.